all started last night, around 5:30 p.m. We heard a whole bunch of, police squads. So we took a look, and there was about 20 of them, including the fire department and all that stuff. So we didn't know what was going on. We what that maybe it was, some kind of dispute, or family, whatever. So we just left it at that, And this afternoon, as I was walking around with my daughter, we heard again the police squads, they were just going, real fast through the street right here on Freight Barker. And we realized that something was really going on, right? So about maybe, half hour ago, we all received a notification on our phone. There was a phone call and also a text, letting us know that there was gonna be a detonation, of the bomb.
What was going through your mind when you got that text?
So scary. It was so scary because, like I said, you don't know, I mean, we're thinking that we live in a safe place, and then, well, we're not, And I, like I said, I drive this road every day, so it just scares me the most, that.
So then you came here to see the detonation, right?
Yeah, and we saw it.
Talk to me about what you saw and what you heard.
Well, it just gives me, the goosebumps, just to hear and see what actually it was a bomb.
Describe
I've never
it for
been.
me.
It was just so scary, that it just happened in our, in our neighborhood, and we could never even think of, like, that anything like that could happen.
But did you hear it? What did you see? What did you hear?
Of course we heard it, because we received a notification that it was going to happen at 5 p.m. So it happened at exactly 5:05 p.m. And we saw it. It was a whole bunch of smoke, and then the police squad had the sirens on and everything like that, and all these people. We were not, notified to evacuate our place or anything, but we're figured that the people in the neighborhood, they did.
You mentioned it there a minute ago, but it's obviously pretty scary to have something like this happen so close to your home.
Yes, and especially, like knowing that what happened sometime last week, at the North Austin area. So like I said, we don't know. We don't know anymore. We just pray that we are, out of harm's way and all that.
Talk to me about this outcome. Obviously, everything, everyone's safe, right? Talk to me about how this all ended. Are you grateful that it ended?
I'm so grateful and thankful that we were notified of what was going on. We also have the neighborhood app, and people were going, just, getting notification and everything, but I don't, follow much of that.
But no one hurt, are you just thankful
nobody,
that this...
I mean, as we know, nobody was hurt because this was notified beforehand, so.
And again, just for something like this to happen in your neighborhood, pretty crazy.
It should never happen. Nowhere. Especially here in Austin, we live in a very safe area, and this is a beautiful neighborhood. We all know each other's here, and friendly neighborhood. And everybody you're gonna see right now walking down the street, with their babies and their kids and everything. So it's a very safe area. And like I said, especially the subdivision, it's a gated subdivision. So, here you're thinking that you're safer than we are.
They said they just found some kind of explosive device. I guess that could mean anything, but what do you think about that? That there was an explosive device over there?
I could just assume, but I don't even have an idea of what could happen, on that. No, I'm not gonna, because I don't know.
Pretty scary.
Yeah, very scary,
Anything else you want to say or add? Final thoughts?
No. This is, I'm just so thankful that, we're all safe, and we were notified, by the, Austin Police Department of, the danger that was going on, and we were going to be okay.
How often are you here at this dog park?
I'm here every morning and every evening around the same time after work with my dog.
So talk to me about what was different this evening.
Well, I got home from work and I got an alert on my phone saying that about APD and the bomb squad going to be out here. So this is where I normally come every evening. So I figured I could see it from the dog park here.
What did you think when you got that text?
It was pretty wild. I didn't know if it was like because I got a phone call first and I get a lot of spam calls, so I kind of ignored it. But then I looked at the voicemail and it seemed legit. And then a friend also texted me, asked me if it was a legit email or text message. So I came out here to see what was going on. I saw a lot of people watching from afar, and I just joined in. And about 5:09, the bomb went off. They detonated it.
So talk to me about what you saw, what you heard.
It was an explosion. You couldn't really see like much at first, and then you saw a big plume of cloud of smoke that kind of whipped over Frank Barker for about 2-3 minutes, and then just dissipated. And
did you hear it?
I heard it, yeah.
What did it sound like?
Well, it sounded like a bomb. It sounded like an explosive going off. It was definitely different than like a gunshot or fireworks. You definitely knew it was something a little bit deeper.
What do you think about something like this happening in your neighborhood?
It's pretty wild. You don't expect it, but I guess it can happen anywhere at any time. You just gotta, stay alert on your phone and make sure you're taking the proper precautions.
How about just how this resolved peacefully and without incident? Are you glad they were able to evacuate the people and get this taken care of in such a safe way?
Oh, for sure. Very happy that people were notified and were able to evacuate the spot. How they knew a bomb was in the house or anything, I guess that's an investigation. Don't really know much about that, but happy that it was resolved peacefully and no one really got hurt.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.